A modern commercial ship can weigh over 200,000 tons. When a storm rolls in, the ocean exerts colossal kinetic force against the hull, easily enough to snap standard steel cables like thread. Yet this massive floating piece of infrastructure is held in place by a single piece of hardware that looks remarkably small by comparison. Most people carry around a mental image of anchoring that looks a lot like driving a tent stake into the ground. A giant, heavy hook bites firmly into the seabed, and the ship is rigidly tethered to it. If an anchor actually functioned as a static nail, the physics would immediately fail. A single massive wave lifting the ship would either violently rip the hook out of the mud or completely tear the bow off the vessel. The wing-like blades on the sides of the anchor, called flukes, are actually engineered to release their grip if the ship pulls straight up on them. It is an intentional failsafe designed to let the crew retrieve the hardware. If pulling up on the anchor is exactly what makes it let go, then the anchor itself cannot be what is securing the ship. The actual mechanism holding that floating city in place is hiding underwater. The heavy lifting is done by the massive gauge and sheer volume of the steel chain. On a large commercial vessel, a single link of this chain can weigh over 300 pounds. This diagram shows how that chain behaves underwater. Because of its extreme weight, it doesn't hang in a straight line. It droops down to the seabed in a sweeping, mathematically perfect arc known as a catenary curve. When a wave suddenly shoves the ship backward, the vessel doesn't yank directly on the anchor. It first has to lift tons of heavy iron chain off the ocean floor, stretching out that sagging curve. The chain acts as a massive shock absorber. By the time the ship's pulling force travels all the way down the links, the kinetic energy is entirely dissipated. The only tension that actually reaches the end of the line is a very gentle, strictly horizontal pull across the seabed. That purely horizontal force is exactly what the anchor needs to function. Instead of lifting the flukes, the sideways drag forces them to bite deeper into the sand and mud. The anchor's only job is to provide enough friction to keep the end of the chain securely on the bottom. The immense drooping weight of the chain is what actually holds the ship. Managing that amount of heavy iron requires highly specialized machinery up on the deck. The chain is hauled in by a motorized winch called a windlass, but the windlass brake isn't designed to hold the ship. Once the anchor is set, a heavy steel bracket called a chain stopper locks the links in place, taking the full dynamic load of the ocean. To ensure enough chain is resting on the bottom to form that crucial catenary curve, officers measure the line in 90-foot increments called shackles. They watch for color-coded painted links flying out of the hawsepite to calculate exactly how much weight, or scope, is resting on the seafloor. Eventually, the ship has to leave. After days of being dragged horizontally, a 20-ton anchor becomes buried in sticky mud, creating a massive vacuum seal. The captain cannot simply turn on the windlass and reel it in. Trying to fight the suction of the ocean floor with brute rotational force would instantly burn out the ship's motors. Instead, the crew performs a breakout maneuver. The ship slowly drives forward, positioning itself directly over the buried anchor. The chain goes vertical, and the upward pull cleanly breaks the suction, releasing the flukes. Keeping a ship stationary and eventually getting it moving again requires a strict balance. You need the brute mechanical strength to handle the steel, and the precise geometrical positioning to manipulate the physics. This catenary system looks perfectly in shallow coastal waters, but massive offshore drill ships have to hold their position in extreme deep water, far out in the open ocean. Here is the physical problem of anchoring in these environments. A vessel attempting to drop a line to a seabed 3,000 meters below the surface. To reach that depth, the sheer volume of steel chain hanging vertically would weigh hundreds of tons, becoming completely unmanageable. That massive hanging weight would snap the windlass directly off the deck, or literally drag the bow of the ship underwater. The anchor has finally met an impossible physics problem. To survive in deep water, the maritime industry had to abandon physical chains entirely and develop dynamic positioning. Rather than dropping ground tackle to the seabed, ships equipped with DP rely on highly accurate GPS sensors and a centralized computer network to monitor the exact location and movement of the hull. The computer constantly feeds data to a series of 360-degree thrusters mounted beneath the ship. These propellers rapidly rotate and fire, constantly swimming against the current to maintain the vessel's position without ever touching the ocean floor. Whether relying on the drooping, physical weight of an iron chain or the automated algorithms of computer thrusters. Keeping a vessel still is never a matter of fighting the ocean's energy head-on. It relies entirely on elegantly outsmarting it.